Hi, welcome to my pick a card reading. And for this reading, this is going to be a spooky message for what Spirit would like you to know. Okay, so before we get started, please keep in mind it is a general reading. Take what resonates. Information for personal and private readings are down below each video in the description box. Okay, so here we have 3 cards. We have card number 1. Option number 1, and it says the underworld. We have card number 2, option number 2, the skull of stars. Oh, sorry about that. And we have option number 3, which is the skull of light. So I will allow you to get acquainted with these cards and make your selection. Timestamps are down below in the description box, okay? Hi, group number 1. For those of you who have chosen the underworld, this is your reading. This is what Spirit wants you to know. Okay, so with you choosing this card, I really feel like, first of all, there is a huge transition, okay, that you're going through in your life. All right, and I feel like it's been hard for you. So this has been a very hard change, a very hard transition in your life. Okay. And I think that it's almost been dreaded for you. And this is almost an energy, what I'm picking up from you is feeling like your life, as you actually know it, has been, changed or destroyed. And the message for you that Spirit is saying is that this is a transformation where one thing ends, there's another that begins. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you are walking through and going through a transition period, and there's still so much for you to accomplish. Okay, I also feel like with the pomegranate here, there is someone or something that you have been trying to let go of for quite some time, and it's been very hard for you. And I feel like with this energy, this is the energy of knowing that something isn't good for you, knowing that a certain relationship, a certain someone, or a situation is not good for you. It's not really in your best interest, but yet you keep going back to that situation, that person, or, the circumstance. So there's something here to where it's like you really do not want to let go of something. And I think that you've really felt that your life and your world has come crashing down around you here recently. And with the underworld here, Spirit is asking you to let go of everything that feels like it's becoming a resistance in your life, to just let go of it, right? Because there's something new for you. All right. So you're having struggles, you're having problems releasing something or someone, and that much is clear. Okay. And I feel like whatever this is, it's brought a lot of turmoil onto you. It's brought a lot of pain. Okay. So let's get some more cards for you. Pile number 1. Okay, so let's take a little bit of a look further at what you're going through. I also feel like you are becoming very intuitive. So you might be feeling that Your intuition is really growing, but I think that for you, you're questioning it. So this is also learning that you can trust your intuition, and that's a divine wisdom. Okay, your intuition is divine wisdom. That's where it comes from. So let's get another card here for your message. Okay, so we got atonement here. So I think for you, pile number one, you definitely feel like you've been going through it. I think that for you, you're like, what the heck have I done to deserve the situation that I'm in, the relationship that I'm in? I also feel like there's energy around you of betrayal. Okay. So I see an energy here of people that you have trusted stabbing you in the back. And I think that this is time and time again. So these are people who have lied to you, who have taken advantage of you, who have taken you for granted time and time again in your relationship. So whether this be friendships or, love relationships or family, whatever it is, I'm seeing that you've really been taken advantage of. And I think that in this moment, you're like questioning, what have you done to deserve this energy? Okay. And Spirit wants you to know that you have done nothing to deserve this energy, right? You really haven't. And all of this is happening because maybe some of these people who have taken advantage of you, who have taken you for granted, were meant to be let go of a long time ago. Maybe this has been happening because you were meant to let them go. Okay. And that's something that Spirit wants you to take into consideration. Also, something else to take into consideration here is with the atonement card here, with people, if you're around a lot of people who are taking advantage of you, who are taking you for granted, who are lying to you, being deceptive, betraying you, gossiping about you, whatever it is, you have to also realize that this person's conscience may not be in the right place. And if it's not in the right place with you, it may also not be in the right place anywhere else. This person could have quite a load of karma that they have, acquired because of this behavior. Okay, so being around people with certain amounts of karma, you might also be receiving a little bit of their karma. And Spirit is really wanting you to let go of people who have hurt you, who have betrayed you time and time and time again. And this doesn't mean that you can't forgive them, right? Like you can forgive them, you can move forward, but it doesn't mean that you have to keep allowing them in your life and allowing them a free pass to take advantage of you, okay, to lie to you. And in that way, you're delivering a divine message to them, right, about karma, that there is consequences for the way that you treat and handle your relationships and your friendships. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get some more information here with atonement. I thought I saw one flip over. Okay, there we go. I thought I saw one flip over when I was shuffling, but it didn't actually flip. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, we got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so what I'm feeling here with atonement, and with the Queen of Wands is that, and she's holding a single candle, a single flame. And I think for you, feminine, it's very telling that you chose the underworld. Why did I say feminine? Right? You could be a feminine, okay? I feel like you're a divine feminine energy with this Queen of Wands, and this is Leo, Aries, Sag, but the signs are very insignificant to the message, to the reading, okay? But I think that Spirit wants you to be more confident, okay, in yourself, all right? Notice how special you are, how creative, how different you are as well, okay? You're very passionate, you're very creative. And I think that there is people around you, especially other feminines, who are actually like they see this spark and this confidence in you and this light in you, and they feel threatened, they feel jealous. This is a lot of feminines around you or who have been around you, the ones who have lied to you. And I'm not talking about everyone, but the ones who have lied to you, hurt you, betrayed you. Okay, these are people who do not deserve to be in your life. Okay, and I think Spirit is wanting you to find your voice, find your confidence, find your expression, especially with the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands can allow herself to be angry. I think you're someone, pile number one is what Spirit is telling me. You're someone who doesn't allow yourself to feel upset or even to be frustrated or angry sometimes, even when someone has done something very backstabbing to you. And Spirit's saying it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be angry sometimes. Okay. It's okay to cut people out of your life. Okay. And sometimes that can be very healing. Sometimes that is the right thing to do. And that's what Spirit wants you to know, because those people who are treating you this way, who doesn't see how blessed they are to have someone like you in their life, someone who's treating you that way, is taking up room and space in your life that a genuine person and genuine people could take up, right? But instead, it's like these people that don't have your best interest here, who are jealous, and who, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of people around you who don't really know what loyalty is. Okay, so they're not loyal. All right. And Spirit is saying, these people taking up room in your life when you could clear them out of your life and have a new beginning and actually attract loyal people to you. Show the universe that you're not playing around anymore. And Spirit's saying, you have no reason not to be confident. You are beautiful. You are sexy. You are fiery. And there's so much confidence buried under all of this betrayal. Okay, so Spirit really wants you to start healing. And part of healing sometimes is letting go of the past and allowing a new beginning for yourself. Okay. So let's get another card here. All right, let's take a look at the underworld here. All right. Okay, we have crematory. All right. And it says here, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, farewell. Feminine, this is what you need to be saying in your life to people who have harmed you over and over again. They do not respect you. That relationship, right, needs to go into the crematory. That disrespect needs to go into the crematory. Okay, and say good riddance, goodbye to the underworld with you, right? I don't know. But yeah, why are you atoning for their karmic deeds? And Spirit is saying, in a way, it's like you've been around these people, they've been harming you, and it's like they're placing their karma on you. Okay, they're supposed to receive their karma for hurting people. Okay, and so Spirit is saying, yeah, that old life that you have been wanting to let go of, it feels like you've been stuck in this underworld, You know, all you have to do is let go. Okay, allow yourself to have this new beginning. And Spirit really wants you to. And Spirit saying, listen, all of these people that's hurt you, again, ashes to ashes, dust to dust with the relationship. Farewell. Move on. Find your confidence again, your strength. Okay, your voice. You need to stand up for yourself, feminine. See, I said feminine again. You need to be the Queen of Wands, passionate, fiery. Be your fiery, fierce self. Because Spirit tells me you are very passionate and fierce and a very fiery person. Okay. I'm also feeling like here's another thing I'm getting. All right. There might be a certain relationship that you're involved in where this person has hurt you in the past. And I feel like this person, okay, this is a love relationship, is like a, I don't know, I'm picking up like that bad boy type of energy, very mysterious. And, you know, like I feel like they've gotten you into trouble in the past. I don't know. That's what Spirit is telling me. Okay. So Spirit is saying it's time to leave the past in the past. Okay. For you. All right. So let's get another card. And I think that, you know, and Spirit wants you to be confident. Okay. I think a lot of people around you have been causing you to lose your confidence and faith in yourself. All right. So, let's get another card. See if there's any more messages here for you, group number 1. Okay, we have 2 that came out. All right. So we have the 8 of Swords. Oh, boy, they just don't want to stay straight sometimes. And then we also have the 6 of Cups, okay? All right, so I think that Spirit is also telling you, you know, with the 6 of Cups, there could also be like some childhood wounding that needs revisited, feeling not good enough, feeling not worthy enough. So maybe that needs revisited as well. But what, and again, this is a general reading, so I'm trying to keep it as generalized as I can. But with the 8 of Swords here and with the 6 of Cups, okay, I think Spirit is making an emphasis, okay, on remodeling, rebuilding your life, your relationships, and your friendships. There are people in your life now that are meant to be people in your past. They're not a part of your future. And that's what Spirit is wanting you to know. Okay, these people that have hurt you so many times. And I think that you've really been, you're someone who's very empathetic and you're very loving, you're very caring and nurturing. And I think to an extent that's really blinded you to a lot of these people's intentions around you. And these are people that you call friends. Some of them you've even been friends with since childhood, is what Spirit is telling me. Okay, and this has kind of blinded you to an extent to your true emotions towards these people, because there is so much nostalgia from the friendship. Okay, but this is realizing that sometimes people change, relationship change. Sometimes things that were once healthy for us become not so healthy. Okay, and sometimes we hold on to things for far too long. So that's what Spirit's saying here. I also feel like for you, pile number 1, in regards to love, there could be a love relationship, a soulmate connection. Okay, so this could be a soulmate, a twin flame from the past who wants to come back into your life. This is someone who you have had no communication with. All right, Spirit's telling me there's been no communication. But Spirit is saying, you know, you have to make room for this person in your life. All right. Right now, there's no room for this person to come into your life. All right. There is too much, I would call it like relationship clutter. There's a lot of scattered energies here, and they don't have, not all of them have your best interest at heart. Okay. So, yeah, there is a soulmate who wants to come back into your life. They've been thinking a lot about you. Okay. And I think that you think a lot about them. This is someone you haven't spoken to. All right. I have Aquarius and Scorpio here. I have Leo, Aries, Sag. So that's an additional message. Okay. So let's get one more card here for you. Pile number 1. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? We're going to get a trigger card. Okay. So this is going to tell us, pile number 1, specifically what you need to be working on in order to gain confidence, in order to gain your strength and your faith in yourself again, and to release people and situations that should be released, okay, for the better good for yourself, right? Okay, we have light and dark. Okay, so with light and dark here, you can't know the light without darkness. All right, and that's what Spirit wants you to remember, that sometimes you have to walk through the darkness before you can get to the light. Sometimes, so yeah, sometimes you have to walk through the darkness to understand the light and how powerful that is, right? And Spirit's saying, you know, you have asked the universe, okay? That's why this message is coming to you, pile number 1, because you have asked the universe to bring you a message of why you have to go through this, why people betray you, why in your life has it felt like you've been going through some sort of karmic atonement, right? And you know, it's never ending, and Spirit is telling you, you cannot know the light until you walk through the darkness. You cannot fully appreciate something for what it is until, you know, you're in the dark, right? Being in the dark, our eyes can adjust to it. Your eyes start adjusting to it and they get used to it. And when you turn on the light, sometimes it's shocking, sometimes it hurts. So it might hurt to walk into the light. It might hurt. You might have to let go of some people. Okay. But for them, it's their loss. And for them, that's their darkness. Okay. Some people only understand what they had once it is lost. Okay. And that's what I'm seeing here, that you are meant to teach them that. Okay. And I see such a bright future for you, pile number 1, because you've been through the heaviest of betrayals and dark energy. So Spirit is saying you have a soulmate out there who's going through the exact same thing as you. They also have been finding their way through the darkness, and your future involves this soulmate. Okay. And also I think that you are both meant to go through this energy in regards to relationships, because when you finally do find each other and meet each other, it's going to be truly special, and it's not going to be taken for granted. And that is for sure in this connection here. Okay. So that is the message that I have for you, pile number 1. If it resonated, or if you just enjoyed the reading, you can leave me a comment down below. Also, you can like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, group number 2. For those of you who have chosen the Skull of Stars, this is your spooky message from Spirit, what you need to know. So with the Skull of Stars here, I really feel like for you, your message is about opening yourself up to more possibilities. I feel like there's infinite possibilities for you. And I think that in your life, in a lot of ways, you've been selling yourself short, okay? You've really been accepting less than what you really deserve, okay? So Spirit is really asking you right now to think outside of the box, okay? I also feel like this is an energy where you are about to be recognized for any work that you've been doing or focusing on. So Spirit is wanting to tell you that there are infinite possibilities open to you. And, you know, think wider, think bigger, think outside of the box. And also, you know, you might be holding on to some things that is really a setback to you and your progress and your life and the possibilities in your life. Okay, so let's get some more cards here. All right. I also feel like, sorry, we're going back to this card, but I also feel like for those of you who picked group number 2, it's like you're really destined for greatness. You are destined for something really big. I just really feel that for you. And yeah, Spirit's like, listen, you have got to open yourself up to more. Let's get another card. Yeah, so we got bride in a cage. Okay. So you know, again, I think that you've really committed yourself to a lot of things that have held you back in your life. So for you, pile number 2, you might be a group that collectively is really feeling kind of stuck, feeling like your progress is being thwarted, feeling like it's hard to move forward, and like you're not sure what you're doing. You know what I mean? And Spirit's like, yeah, there's infinite possibilities for you, but you've been selling yourself short. You aren't realizing how valuable you actually are. Okay. And for others of you, this is definitely a relationship that maybe has been holding you back to certain possibilities in your life. And that's only for a few of you. But, you know, that's also a possibility with you, group number 2. I also feel like for you, group number 2, you really have a tendency to hold back. Okay. I think that you have a tendency to hold back from going after what you really want, or you sell yourself short, right? Like, I think that you tell yourself what you really want can't be accomplished, that it's too big of a goal, that it's too much work, that you're not that talented, whatever the case may be. And Spirit is saying, no, that's absolutely not the case, because specifically for you, pile number 2, you're definitely destined for greatness. There's infinite possibilities here for you, and you're able to accomplish whatever it is that you set your mind and your heart to, okay? But there are certain things and certain people in your life that could be holding you back. And this is really similar to what pile 1, the message they were receiving as well, okay? So let's get another card. And you know, it's really like a state of mind, especially with the skull coming out for you. It's a state of mind, okay? Spirit's wanting you to think bigger. So whatever you're trying to do and you're feeling stuck, Spirit's like, think bigger, okay? You'll see, you'll get it. Let's get another card here. Okay, we also got Krampus, discipline, advice, and batter. Or abuse, I'm sorry. Discipline and abuse. So this doesn't look so good. All right. So for some of you, if you've been dealing with any abusive type of relationships, definitely that is a setback for you. Okay. That's what I feel like. And I think that you are very hard on yourself. Group number 2. And Spirit's like, listen, why are you so hard on yourself? You don't understand what's written in your stars. You don't understand that you are destined for greatness. You need to open your mind, okay? And if you are in any relationships that are furthering that mindset that you're not good enough, that, you know, because let's be honest, pile number two, let's real talk right now. You are very hard on yourself. You are, okay? And you shouldn't be. There is no reason to hold yourself back in this way, in this mindset. And if you have people around you who are reinforcing that mindset by making you feel that's your rightful place, holding yourself back, then they need to go, because that is spiritual abuse, that's emotional abuse. All right, you are destined for greater things, greater relationships. All right, and I think that you are someone, group number two, who has really struggled with relationships in your life. And I think you've even struggled with abuse in your life. And I think that's another reason why you are so hard on yourself, because in your life, you have been abused. You have been put down on, okay? And that's not okay. And you have to realize that that is not true. The way that people put you down, it was their own insecurities. It had nothing to do with you. And those things absolutely are not true for you. Okay, so do not take on their mindset. Do not continue their abuse in your mind and the way that you are towards yourself. Do not continue on that legacy. Let it go. Okay, release that energy. And if they are still in your life, I recommend moving on. Spirit saying, listen, you have infinite possibilities for you, but you can't even see or realize your true potential because of the abusive people around you. Okay, and I'm seeing the tongue here. So I think these are people who tell you, you know, that you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish, that you're no good at what you want, that you're not talented, things like that. And it's not true. Some of these people actually are jealous, okay, that they aren't as talented as you. All right. So Spirit's saying, stop being so hard on yourself, and definitely don't take on that abusive energy towards yourself. Okay. So start recognizing those thoughts and kind of stopping them, putting them in check. Right? Because those aren't your thoughts. Okay, pile number two, you are meant for more than that. And do not let these people still to this day abuse you through your own thoughts. Okay, definitely don't allow that to happen. You deserve so much more. And, you know, sometimes some people who are born on this earth, they are destined for amazing and great things. And there's a lot of dark forces on this earth that would love to stop it. Okay, that would love to stop that, to stop our destiny, to stop our purpose. Okay, so honestly, and in any way they can, by the way. So do not let these people continue to abuse you through your own thoughts, okay? Check them, all right? So let's get another card here and see what else we have going on. I'm going to take a look at the Skull of Stars, these possibilities for you. Okay, so we got the 10 of Swords. All right. So yeah, this is definitely, look, this is an energy of really, really being rough on yourself. Okay, pile number two. And yeah, you have been through abuse, a lot of abuse in your life, and it has not been fair. You did not deserve it. And I think that you've really carried around a lot of that abusive energy towards yourself, without even realizing it. And I'm not talking about being abusive towards others. I'm talking about being abusive towards yourself. You're carrying around that energy. And I don't think you realize it. And you might even be attracting people, all right, who are abusive in some sort of way towards you, mentally, verbally, okay, with the 10 of Swords here. And, you know, it's reinforcing that. And, you know, this is also an ending. This is saying, listen, there's infinite possibilities for you. You are still allowing that abuse to continue in another form. Do not let this become a legacy for you, okay? Because your legacy is bright. It's beautiful. It's so much more than this, okay? So there's also a lot of healing that needs done, okay, from past situations, past abuse. Let's get a card for Bride in a Cage. Yeah, we got the King of Cups in reverse. So I feel like in regards to relationships in your life, they have been generally cold and uncaring, downright cruel at times. And this is especially true for you with the opposite sex, okay? Is what I'm seeing here. So they've been downright cruel to you at times. And Spirit is saying you have really picked up that energy and you're cruel to yourself as well. And, you know, we talked about checking those thoughts, but Spirit also wants you to take a look at the people that you have around you, the relationships you have around you with the opposite sex. Okay. Are they also reinforcing this energy? Are they making you feel stuck or held back towards what you really want? Are you a little bit harsher and crueler towards yourself since being with this person? And does this person make you feel comfortable in your emotions? These are all things to ask yourself, okay? Because what I'm seeing here is that you're in a very cruel and controlling and abusive relationship, and you have really taken that energy towards yourself. And Spirit wants that to stop, okay? This has nothing to do with your purpose. And Spirit doesn't want this to take your purpose from you, all right? Because you are someone, again, you're destined for greatness here, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this Krampus card. Okay. And you know, sometimes people hurt people because they've been through so much pain in their life, and that's what Spirit is telling me as well. Okay, but we also have the Moon in reverse. This card has been coming out a lot in reverse lately. Okay, so Spirit is talking about illusions. All right, illusions. And you know, with the Moon in reverse, this could also be feeling stuck mentally, mental and emotional issues, struggling with your mentality, struggling with your emotions. So pile number 2, you might be struggling right now, mentally and emotionally. Okay, you're struggling with healing from abuse. You're struggling with healing from your spirit and your soul feeling battered and worn. Okay, you've been hard on yourself. You've been very hard on yourself because others have been very hard on you. All right. And there's people around you right now that are reinforcing this energy. Specifically, I feel like it's a relationship with the opposite sex. They're cruel to you. They're emotionally cruel and mean. They're very harsh on you. This person has mental issues. And that's what Spirit wants you to realize. Okay. Do not carry around their issues. It's time for you, pile number 2, to heal. And you cannot heal in the same environment that you were hurt in. And what I'm seeing here is that you have been attracting the same environment to you that you were hurt in because you're internalizing all of that abuse, all of that negative energy towards yourself. You're telling yourself that's what you are and that you deserve this. And Spirit is saying that is not true. That is actually the opposite. Okay? You deserve so much better. You are destined for greatness. And, you know, people around that see that around you, see that about you. They recognize that about you. They feel that you are destined for so much more. Okay. So let's get some more cards, see if there's anything else Spirit wants to tell us for you, pile number 2. Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles. And we got the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, so pile number 2, I feel like for you, you've been having a very hard time figuring out what's real in your life, okay? And this is especially true when it comes to your own emotions, okay, that you have towards yourself and towards others. I feel like you are someone who's been gaslit a lot in your life, okay? And it's time to start to stand up, to clear this energy, and to see the truth. All right, we got the Knight of Pentacles here. And look at this Knight of Pentacles. All right, there's things trying to grab them and hold them back. And for you, I feel like that's relationships. Okay, you definitely in your life have a theme of allowing your relationships or the person you're in a relationship with to control you or to dominate you in some aspect. Okay, and I think that, and Spirit is saying, no, it's not supposed to be this way. It's not meant to be this way. And I think what you're looking for is strength and security. All right, you're looking for progress. And you feel like you're not seeing much progress in your life right now. And you are feeling stuck. And Spirit's saying it's the law of attraction. You are very hard on yourself. You're very rough on yourself. And you have a lot of negative thoughts about yourself. And this is partially due to what's been programmed into you throughout the relationships in your life. And Spirit's saying, listen, you are stuck right now because that's what you've been manifesting. That's what you've been, the harsh discipline you show towards yourself and the negativity you show towards yourself and what others are saying to you has really manifested the situation for you when you're meant for so much more. And Spirit really wants you, because it's not just what we say and what we think that manifests our reality, right? But it's also people around us, things that they say in our presence as well, almost like that observer effect, that can also manifest our reality. When someone is being very verbally abusive, when someone's being very controlling, it tends to really manifest as holding ourselves back in some way. Okay, so Spirit wants you to pay special attention to not only your words, your thoughts, but the words of people around you, the energy of the people around you. Okay, and with the Seven of Cups in reverse, this really is not good energy here. And it's like, I think there's someone in your life right now, and it feels like they have a spell over you. Like they're abusive towards you, and you believe them. Like you believe that you deserve it in some way. And Spirit's saying, no, you do not. Okay. I want Spirit and me as well, even though I don't personally know you, but I would like to see you make steady progress here emotionally, as well as mentally, okay, and physically in your life, financially in your life. You're meant for so much more. Okay, so we're going to keep going with you, pile number 2, because I feel like we need some special attention here. Okay, some extra loving care here. And listen, I'm hearing a siren. You hear that? This is important. Spirit's like, listen, this is really important. Okay? So let's get another card here for the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, we got funeral parlor, paying your respects, mourning, and goodbye. Okay. So with funeral parlor being here, Spirit is asking you to say goodbye to those abusive people in your life, okay? Say goodbye to that energy, those voices, those thoughts that you hear in your mind, and your energy. And it's not your voice. If you pay close attention, it's them. It's exactly what they would say. It's not something you would actually say, think, or feel towards anyone. So why are you thinking that towards yourself? It's time to put those thoughts in check and say goodbye to them. It's time to release this energy, and with that, the confusion. Okay? And Spirit's saying you don't have to hold on to these people in your life, okay? And I think that you're meant to focus on your mentality, your emotions, healing from what you've been through, finding your strength so that you can see that these relationships, these people are not serving you, and it is time to release that so you can clearly see the truth instead of feeling confused. Because I'm also feeling like right now you're feeling very confused in your life and in your relationships, and Spirit is trying to give you direction. Okay, so let's take a look, further at this confusion. Okay, so we have strength in reverse, feminine. You are, or masculine, whoever, you don't realize how strong you actually are, do you? That's something that you don't realize. You don't realize how strong you actually are. And I think that Spirit is wanting to show you this. Okay, you feel like you're not strong enough to overcome whatever it is that you're going through. And Spirit's saying that is your confusion talking. That is other people talking, the people who have been cruel to you. Okay, so definitely don't be cruel to yourself. Also, if you've been struggling with any type of addictions or codependency, now is the perfect time to release them. And I think that's really what Spirit is wanting you to know and wanting you to do. Okay, that you are strong enough to do this. Okay, with strength in reverse. You think that you're not feminine, but I think that once you take those actions, you will realize and be surprised at how strong you actually are. Okay. We also have the Five of Wands. Okay. So I feel like the Five of Wands, this is really standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs, okay? Showing your strength. So not just recognizing that there is strength within you, but also showing that strength, not letting anyone else like walk over you, not letting anyone else abuse you in the way that they have in the past. Listen to these sirens, you guys. Feminine, this is really important, okay? You might have been getting a lot of signs about this here recently, and Spirit is saying you are your savior. You are the person who is in control of your fate. You are strong enough to stand up and show that strength to yourself and to everyone else. Okay, you can absolutely do this, okay? And it starts by the mental space and the emotional space, checking those thoughts, okay? Do not let these people, whether they're in your life or not, continue to abuse you through your own thoughts. That is really important, feminine. Okay? So let's go ahead here, and I'm going to get you some special advice from Spirit. Okay. Actually, let's take a look at what's triggering you here. All right, what you can work on. We did this for pile number 1, so let's go ahead and get one for pile number 2 as well. All right, our card number 2. We got, oh my gosh, what did I tell you? Abusive. Listen, you need to heal from abuse. Abuse that's been physical, emotional, and mental. And that should really be your only focus here. And it's time to say goodbye to anyone who doesn't respect you. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to anyone who makes you feel weak, who makes you question your own strength. Okay, Yeah, this is what you need to focus on and heal from. And if anyone is abusing you, it's time to walk away now. Okay. So let's see what else Spirit wants to tell you. All right. Let me just pause in front of my deck here. Okay, so let's get your advice from Spirit here for pile number 2. Okay, and you got, take your time, ease, go slowly, and be free. Look at this beautiful picture. Okay, so yeah, I think that the universe, fate, spirit is calling you to spread your wings, to let yourself out of this cage that not only has others built for you, but that you've also put yourself in with those self-defeating thoughts, okay, and emotions. All right, so here's your message. While in our cage, all we can dream about is breaking free and soaring on the wings of freedom. Though when that day comes, it's not always easy to spread our wings and fly. When we have been in captivity for too long, it changes us, and it does not end when the cage is opened finally. Freedom and captivity are a state of mind, not just a temporary situation. Your captivity could have been an abusive relationship. See, we keep getting this. Or just the normal mind framing of the matrix. There are many things that hold us as hostage, whether it be someone else or ourselves. The truth is still the same. We need to be rehabilitated and slowly eased back into the wild to truly be free one day. A narcissist can hold you captive for years and then decide they no longer have use for you, so they open the cage and say, "There, now fly free." Though your wings feel bound to your body and are much too weak to carry you. When you are used to small spaces, the big sky can be a very scary thing, so it's okay to revisit and cling to your cage until you are ready to never look back. Take your time. Know that Spirit sees you as a fragile, precious little swallow who needs the utmost care, attention, and love. Slowly, the space inside of you will expand a little more and more, and you will remember that big blue sky inside of you. It will even scare you at first to feel that first rush of wind against your wings and the first breath of life, but your true nature is to be free and to be wild. So revisit the cage as much as you need, because once your soul remembers its home is in the skies, there is no turning back. You are destined to soar. So what did I tell you, pile number 2? What did I tell you? You are destined for greatness. And, again, this is not something you need to jump into. Take things slowly, okay? It's going to be okay. But don't subject yourself to this abuse any longer, all right? So that's my reading for it that I have for you, pile number 2. If the reading resonated with you, or if you enjoyed the reading, you can leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, group number 3. Hello, this is your reading and this is your spooky message. Spirit would like you to know. So you chose the Skull of Light, which is really telling to me because I feel like for you, you've always been someone who can really see through to the heart of the matter, see through to the truth of the matter. And I think that you're someone who's not very easily fooled as well. With the Skull of Light, I do feel like there is going to be some truth and some secrets that are going to be illuminated to you, okay? So I feel like this is kind of like a warning, right? Like sometimes secrets or truths can be shocking. Sometimes it can be like wonderful news, but like we're unprepared to hear it. So I think Spirit right now is preparing you to be able to hear this truth, okay? No matter if it's shocking or wonderful, okay? So up to this point, Spirit would like you to know that you've been being prepared, okay, for this truth to be illuminated to you. And this could definitely be a truth about your purpose. It could be a truth about your destiny, your future, your fate, about yourself, about others, okay? And we'll get into more detail here, all right? But let's see what else you got. So yeah, I really feel like just secrets being revealed to you. I feel like you're someone who people really just like tell their secrets to. Like people just really open up to you. So let's get another card here for pile number 3. Okay, that fell on the floor. So let's do that again. Okay. So we have sacrifice that wanted to come out here. All right. And so I think that definitely there's going to be some sacrifices in your life. And I feel like maybe this is something where there's going to be some truth that's being revealed and it's going to illuminate a sacrifice that you need to make. Okay. So I'm feeling like for you, pile number 3, I'm seeing truth, a secret coming out in the open, and then I'm seeing a sacrifice. Okay. A choice for you. All right. Needing to sacrifice something in your life. And this could be something that you've been feeling for quite some time, but it's going to become very apparent to you very soon. Okay. I'm also noticing that it's like you're in the suit of armor here with sacrifice. Okay, so I think that you're someone who's very strong, very tough. Okay, you have a really tough exterior. Um, you know, and but I think underneath it all, you're very honest, you're very truthful. Okay. That's another thing Spirit is telling me. But maybe you're not always willing to sacrifice. Maybe you're not always willing to compromise as well. So let's get another card here. So it could be some truth surrounding that. We have the ice pick, premeditated, planning, and calculated. Okay. So yeah, this is really, I feel like, first of all, we already see you're planning for something. Okay, but I definitely think there's a choice you're going to have to make, and there's a sacrifice you're going to have to make. And this is something you felt in your heart and your soul. And, you know, maybe it's something you really don't want to do. You don't want to make this decision. Maybe you don't even want to think about it. But you know, again, Spirit saying prepare, because very soon you're going to see exactly the reason why it's time to sacrifice. Okay, it's time to make a decision and it's time to start planning. All right, so Spirit is wanting you to make plans right now for your future. All right, let's take a look at this illumination card. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. All right, so this could be about your spirituality. This could be just definitely feeling called to something else. I do feel like this is almost like a born again energy, feeling spiritually reborn, okay, and in some sort of way. All right, and yeah, that's what I'm feeling with the Hierophant here. And I think that you've been discovering some sort of truth about yourself and about your situation through spirituality, or through religion. Okay. So I think that's become very important to you. And again, this is like a newfound energy. This is like a rebirth type of energy through spirituality. And you know, it's led you to a point in your life where you're here and you're needing to make some sacrifices. And I feel like there could be some things or people or situations in your life that doesn't align with your values, with your morals, okay, with your integrity, with your beliefs. All right. And I think that you've been kind of unwilling to sacrifice anything in your life, but Spirit is saying sometimes it's good to sacrifice. Sometimes it's good to surrender, you know? So let's go ahead and take a look further at sacrifice. I have Taurus energy here. And we do have a 7. You know, this is a 7th house. And look, we got death. Okay. So yeah, this is letting go of something. And I feel like you're someone who, you know, you don't want to let go. This is something that you've been dreading. Okay. But I think that with this, with where you're going, the path that you're choosing, the situations you've had around you really doesn't align with your future. And, you know, I really feel like this is kind of like having an existential crisis. You may have been going through that recently. Like, why am I here? What is the point in being here on this earth? What is my purpose? You know? And it's through spirituality that you've really kind of found a sense of purpose, but it's also through that that's asking you to sacrifice, to let go of some things, okay, to move forward in your future, even though you've been dreading that. And that's where faith and spirituality does come in. That's where the truth inside of you comes in. Okay, so Spirit's saying, look at your future, start making plans, okay? What doesn't align with the way that you see yourself in the future? And we have 2 major arcanas here, okay? So this is major. You are going through a lot of transformation in your life, and it is spiritual and it is internal. And Spirit's asking you to sacrifice, okay? Sacrifice the old for the new, all right? Let's get another card here for Ice Pick. So it's funny, all 3 piles are really about letting go of something and walking into a new beginning. And I feel like that's really a collective energy right now. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, this is definitely, it's funny because this looks like a wand too, right? So we kind of have 2 wands. So again, we have this new beginning, and death is really just a new beginning, right? It's a transformation of paradigms or dimensions. And so that's what you're doing, pile number 3. You are skipping timelines. You are skipping dimensions, is what Spirit is telling me here. Okay. So yeah, there is some situations that do not align with, where you're going, okay, with where you're going spiritually into this new dimension, because here you have a new beginning, and it is a spiritual new beginning because the wands represent spirituality as well as fire. All right, so you have a spiritual new beginning in front of you, and that means making sacrifices, and that means, you know, planning for your future and realizing that not everything you can carry with you into this future. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more cards here for you. So let's go ahead and pull a trigger card and see if there's any triggers that are coming up for you, and any additional messages from Spirit. Okay. So, Spirit wants to tell you that right now, and what you've been through up until this point, you've been searching for the meaning, you've been searching for the purpose of it. And Spirit is saying the meaning of it all was to change you. The meaning of it all was to be your catalyst, to change you into a divine being, okay? Into someone who understands the divine love and into releasing your karma. So I could also see here for you that part of your purpose in this life is releasing karma. Okay, so what karma are you releasing, and for who? Let's take a look. But everything up to this point has been a catalyst for you, and the purpose has been to change. So you feel changed and you feel like, what is the purpose of what I've been through? Because I feel so different now. And Spirit's saying that is the purpose. The purpose is the change, right? The transformation. So you are absolutely on the right track. Okay. So what karma are you releasing? What type of karma? So we have a few that wanted to come out here. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. And we also have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the karma you're releasing here, what I'm seeing, okay, is definitely, we have number 2, number 4. Okay, so we have the second house. We also have the fourth house of home, stability, ownership. I feel like you have a lot of like lack mentality, or even like poverty mindset or scarcity mindset growing up. Okay, so that is something within you that's being released, okay? Your value in physical things, your value in material things. So that's something that I think has been being released from you energetically that you haven't really noticed, but Spirit's saying it is, okay? That's something that's being released and placing value on that, okay? And I think that this spiritual shift that you've been going through is really helping you to go through this shift and this change. It has a big part to play, and to not seeing value in material things, okay, or in physical things, but seeing more authenticity in everything because of your spirituality. So actually finding out what really does make you happy, okay, finding true joy, finding your true purpose, and being more authentic. So I feel like in your new beginning as well, you might have been living in a situation where you didn't fully feel like it was for you. You weren't really content in the situation. And I'm seeing here you moving into a situation that feels more authentic for you and more genuine as well. Okay. So let's see if there's any more messages Spirit would like to tell you here. Okay, we got 3 of Cups. Okay, and then we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm seeing here for you, group number 3, that a lot of friends in your past has not really been genuine from you. You've really felt like in your past. People around you who has pretended to be friends has not had your best interest. And a lot of times, maybe they were selfish or the relationship was one-sided. This is a situation where certain people, friends and family, would like only call you when they wanted your help or when they needed something, right? So I think you've been worried about that support system. I think with changing in your life, going through this spiritual awakening, you know, there has been a transformation, and you might be worried about, you know, friends. You might be worried about the change that you're making, and maybe they won't understand it or be supportive towards it. But Spirit is saying that, you know, you definitely are moving into a new support system of definite like-minded people. Okay, and you're going to make lifelong friendships here with these people. So not to worry about, you know, losing, you know, certain people in your life when they're not being supportive of you or when they don't understand you, because you are moving into an energy where you are attracting people towards you who have the same type of energy, mindset, and who are going to be supportive of you. Okay. So this is really building emotional structure in your life, and really putting you in a more authentic place. And I think that you're going to see that in all areas. So you're also going to feel that the people around you are more authentic. Your friendships are going to feel more genuine, more authentic. Okay. Your love life, your relationships are going to feel more authentic because you've been living in your truth. Okay. And you've sacrificed for what you feel is your truth. And so therefore, that's what you're attracting to you. Okay. Is authenticity. Okay. So that is the reading I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you for being here with me. And if the reading resonated with you, or if you just enjoyed it, please leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.